No
data.
try, only do.
Only did it do. Reddit
Only
it
doo
do.
doo.
So lonely out here on the range.
All right. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Steam. Twitch is still working. But weekly state of the game every afternoon on Wednesday. Uh, let's see. Today we're talking about practical shooting scoring updates, some new movement options and belt improvements, and tournament progress. So Chris has been tooling away at the Winter Bear PSA shooting, scoring, and penalty stuff. So if you want to take it away, talk a little more about that.
Sure. My life.
You're live. So suspenseful.
Is it not streaming?
Oh,
Streaming on Discord now.
Hmm.
I'm on Darren's. Oh, you're trying to stream your stuff.
Wrong button.
Hehe.
Wait, here you go.
here
Ta-da!
we go.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. All right, Chris. All eyes on you, buddy.
All right, so for our last release, I started implementing scoring on the classifiers, which uses what's called the hit factor. As you shoot targets, you'll get ranked A, B, C, D. Well, there are no B zones, but A, C, D, which gives you points, and you divide points by your last fire time, and you get your hit factor. That's just how a lot of practical shooting style competitions rate their scores, and that'll be what we'll be using for the classifiers. As for where I am working further on this week is that there's like we have descriptions on how the classifier is supposed to be performed. Those are not being enforced with the current live release. What I am working on is enforcement of them, so that like in the case of this one, you have to,
Make ready.
oops. So on the signal, you're supposed to engage the targets with one round of freestyle. So 1, 2,
Which is a
3, 4,
two-handed
5,
grip,
6. Freestyle is actually is two-handed, or it can be strong or weak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you
Typically,
hold
I
it
think you're-
sideways? Is that like true freestyle? Gangster
we have
style?
no rules against that, but you are welcome to
I think that's called
attempt.
street style.
Street style. Nice.
You're welcome to try. You're gonna do terribly. It's not easy without a lot of practice. But yeah, so you engage each one of the 6 targets, right? And then you have to reload, and then strong arm, right? So the goal for me this week is to get those enforced.
Gotcha. So it'll.
Yeah, I should
Not
also
much.
point out we are taking into account for the hit factor the Virginia count and Comstock count scoring. So in Virginia count, when it says there's 12 rounds, if you fire above 12 rounds, you get a penalty or a procedural for each shot over, as
Oh,
well
okay.
as with Virginia count, if in the case of like this of this classifier, right, each target is only supposed to be shot twice. So if you perform a third shot, you also get a procedural for that as well. So if you fire your 13th round and you hit a target with it, that is 2 procedurals, right?
Ouch.
Which is going to be a subtraction of 20 points.
That's pretty huge.
Big hit.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Them's
our
the
other
rules.
like our other classifier, for example, has Comstock rules. In Comstock, you don't have that kind of that penalty for going over 11 rounds in this case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You still will only be ranked on your on these paper targets. You only get ranked for your 2 best shots, and that goes for both Virginia and Comstock. But those rules are being enforced currently. And as for other things I'm working on for the classifiers, I'm trying to get other kind of just standard expected rules. So if you pull out your gun and you do one of these, you're disqualified, right?
Nice. Okay.
It's a 180 rule, right? And that applies to all the different kind of directions, right? Um,
Very cool.
so basically, we're trying to be a bit more less casual and a bit more like this is the conduct you're expected on a range itself.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean, first pass of this, it was mostly just kind of an honor system. It showed you the rules, but we didn't really
yeah, it
have
was
that
more of
built
an
yet.
opportunity to let you just practice and do these things, and with the shot tracker being able to help gauge your shots and where you need to work. So
Nice. Nice. That's awesome. Sweet. Let's see. We also have some belt and movement updates that were thrown into this game. I don't know, Dave, you want me to throw it over to you?
Sure thing. Yeah, just let me know when it's up and running.
Let's see. Got you on the big screen, buddy.
Excellent. So I've been focusing on sort of quality of life user input stuff. So the main ad for movement is we initially just did movement based on where you're looking for your orientation based on, or for the relative to the joystick. And now we have options for choosing left-handed or right-handed orientation. So if I set it to left hand now, I can look around freely while I move, and it's based on where my left hand is pointed. And then right hand, same situation. It just uses the right hand's orientation to pick my direction.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that way, as you walk the course, you can look side to side and not have it throw off your movement path. And then the other change is with the gun belt. We've pretty much fully abandoned any semblance of real life simulation in favor of utility. So now when I move my hand close to the belt will snap toward it, and whatever is the closest object on the belt will snap to my hand. Or with my right hand, since I have a right-handed belt configuration, the pistol will always move toward it. And then the exception to this is when I'm holding a weapon, then just that weapon's ammo will snap to your offhand. So even if I'm looking away, grab, and it'll be the pistol ammo. And it doesn't matter if I grab from my front or side or back, it'll just always get the pistol ammo for me.
Nice.
And the holster will reorient as well. So I can place the pistol on my hip without looking, draw it again. And then if I grab a different gun, so for example, the shotgun, now it'll grab shotgun shells instead. And that works with primary hand and offhand. And then same goes for the rifle. You can just grab rifle ammo off of the belt without looking as well.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and then the other change to the belt is in the belt mode setting, we can now set the size. Oh, there's some UI layering issues going on there. So now, if you need to scale it up, it can be larger, or we can scale it down to be smaller.
Oh, nice.
I have tiny waist.
You have a nice waist.
Yeah, which one of the benefits of making it a bit larger is like if you're leaning to the side, that can help compensate for your hip being in the way of reaching the belt. So, and it'll always position to meet your hand.
Awesome.
Very
Sick.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, my 32 waist isn't, fitting as well these days. Hopefully this game will change that for me.
Yeah.
Much time in lockdown.
Yeah. Got my
Just sitting
quarantine
at a desk.
15, man. Yeah.
Nice lady hips.
Right. So yeah, hopefully those do movement options. The left and right hand orienting. I think you said it's like a little bit to get used to at first, but feels
Definitely.
I
Yeah, and it's a trade-off, right? Like if it's set tone of your hands, it's more difficult to move while you're aiming a weapon.
right.
But if it's set to your head, it's hard to look around while you're moving. So
Yeah.
in the
Definitely.
future, we want to add support for additional peripherals like a third tracker on your hip or dedicated things like the Deca Move, but that's still a little ways out. For dedicated peripherals, there still aren't developer SDKs yet, so we can't really support it directly. But
Right.
I think it's sick, man. I need to go do few runs on a few courses that I'm thinking of. It's going to benefit me greatly being able to move and reload and shoot on the go.
Yeah, definitely.
Coming for you, leaderboard boys.
Kabatsu. Cool. And let's see the other state of the game. We're still working on that tournament. Getting closer to having it ready to test at least. Foss, I don't know if you wanted to talk a little more about the tourney.
Sure. We're planning on doing an internal test hopefully as soon as next week. We want to knock out as many issues as we can find internally before we put it out to everyone. But then we're going to turn that around as quickly as possible, make that live, make a first tournament live, hopefully the following week. As I said in the SOTG, there's a million things that can go wrong. So, stay tuned for timeline updates on that. But we're really excited about it. I think it's going to be a killer feature. And then once we have that working, we will probably run a second tournament to coincide with the Steam summer sale, which we're really excited for.
Nice. So we'll get a whole pile of new people to show we're better than.
Yeah, that's the idea. Although our team is not participating in tournaments, right?
Right. So I force
It would
everyone to
be
watch
it would
us
be an
play.
unfair advantage for us to be able to know and practice what the courses are and put it live and go in and kick ass.
And use the Konami code. We all have
Right,
that,
which
that Easter
we
egg.
definitely have. We definitely have the Konami code.
You just have to do it with bullets, Yeah.
you
Sweet.
get
Yeah.
30 extra bullets.
But yeah, I'm excited to start testing this tournament. It's gonna be fun. Getting close. Cool. Was there any other stuff you guys wanted to chat about?
The accidental double tapping issue is still being worked on. That's my main focus this week. So I want to get everything as rock solid as possible, especially before the tournament happens.
Nice. Yeah. And yeah, okay, the double tapping that was on the Oculus. Right. Yeah, more squashing
Yeah,
bugs. All that fun stuff.
primarily on Oculus with virtual desktop, I think is when it's mostly been observed, but it might happen with Link as well. So
Right. Okay.
I've had it happen to me, and I'm on Link.
there you have it.
Right. Yeah, I'm wired in. I haven't seen anything
Good.
happen yet. Cool. Well, I guess that's a wrap for us this week. We will be back on Friday nights as usual, doing our little internal team tourney. Yeah, I think that's good to go. I hope you guys have a good week. Take care.
Talk to you guys later.